Hello. We are going to learn part 2 or part 3, I think so. This is part 3. It will become part 3 because 7 minutes video is there, 12 minutes video is there, 12 or 15 minutes video is there, and now the third part is there. That is while taking the snap, I cut the video in the midst, and this will be third part, I think so. Now we are going to learn the other. I think you understood the nominative case and objective case and possessive. Any noun that stands for subject of the verb is said to be a nominative or subjective case. Any noun that stands for object of a verb is said to be an objective case. Any noun that stands for possessive or owner of something is called as possessive case. Now we will go for instrumental case, vocative case. We will go for dative case. Next, as per rules, we have to go dative case. What is dative case? Rama gave Hari a ball. Here Rama is subject, gave is verb, Hari, what is Hari and what is ball? That is very important. This is called as direct object. This is called as direct object, and this is called as indirect object. Indirect object. How to find out the direct and indirect object? We have to close our hands on one of the objects. Then we will, if the sentence is complete, then we should say that if the sentence is complete, we have to say it is direct object. When the sentence is not completed, it is called as, you see, if you close this, Rama gave Hari. Sentence is not completed. What he gave? The question here arises. Therefore, this is, if you use this as object, sentence will not be completed. And if we close this, and if we open this ball, then it will Rama gave a ball. It is a clear-cut sentence. To whom we do not know. But Rama gave Hari a ball. There are two objects in the sentence, and one of which is a direct object and another one is indirect object. Such sentences or case is called as dative case. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕರ್ಮಪದಗಳಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಕರ್ಮಪದವೋ ಒಂದು ಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಕರ್ಮಪದವೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನೆಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ? ಡೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್. ರಾಮ ಗೇವ್ ಹರಿ, ರಾಮನು ಹರಿಗೆ. ಯಾವ ಕೇಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ? ಯಾವ ಕೇಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಡೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚತುರ್ಥಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಯ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಚತುರ್ಥಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಯ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ brought a pen to Rama. ಅನ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ brought a pen ವಾಕ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಕಟ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಪೆನ್ ಮಾತುಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ brought a to pen ರಾಮ, ಅದು ಸರಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ವಾಕ್ಯ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Likewise, fetch me a taxi. ಅನ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ fetch a taxi, it is a sentence. Me ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. It is direct object. Therefore, a sentence which is having two objects, one of which is a direct and another one is indirect, is called as indirect. It's called as dative case. ಆಯಿತು, ಡೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾಮಿನೇಟಿವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಡೇಟಿವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಪೊಸೆಸಿವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ವೊಕೇಟಿವ್. ಎ ಬಾಯ್ is working in the field at a distance away. If you call him and you are entrusting a work to him, then it is called as vocative. Calling a person and entrusting a work to him, and the called person is no way connected to the work entrusted to him at the time of new calling. That is very important. Krishna, you see, I will show you. Krishna, a comma should be put here always. Krishna, you have to say, Krishna, bring me a cup of coffee. Bring me bring me a cup of coffee. Here, this person is no way concerned bringing me coffee in a sentence. Sentence is not continuous here. You are calling a separate thing, you are calling a person is a separate thing, and asking him to do is a separate thing. In such case, ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕರೆಯುವುದು. ರಾಮ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ, ಮಾರೀಚ ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೊಕೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿ. ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಸನ್ at a distant away and interesting a work. The called person and the other parts of the sentence is no way concerned. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂಬಂಧವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದು just to call him you are using this Krishna. That's all. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ನೋಡಿ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. No continuity is here. Therefore, if you read these lessons in your grammar book, you cannot understand. I will challenge unless you have got a guru or a teacher of these lessons. Therefore, I request all the teachers to watch this video specifically, because nowhere you will get these things in grammar books. Okay, Krishna, bring me a cup of coffee. This is called as vocative case. Next, locative case. Location. Locative means location. Locative case. You should know the difference between locative and instrumental. That is very important. Locative case. Locative case and location. You see, Gol Gumbaz is at Bijapur. This Bijapur is location. Where is Gol Gumbaz? If you ask a question, you will tell Gol Gumbaz is at Bijapur or Vijayapur. This is called as locative case. Likewise, Taj Mahal is at Agra. Which is locative case here? At Agra is the locative case. That is very important. Where is your daddy? Where is your daddy? Daddy is in the kitchen. What is location here? Which is location here? Kitchen is the location. Therefore, these things are called. Where is Qutub Minar? Qutub Minar is at Delhi. At Delhi is location. Therefore, these things are called locative case. Location. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಸ್. Locative over. Vocative over. Next is two left out. Instrumental. Instrumental case. In the. That is very important. Instrumental is Trutiya. Instrumental is Trutiya. ಇದು ಚತುರ್ಥ. ಇದು ಪಂಚಮ ಆಗಬೇಕೀಗ. ಈಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕೇಸ್. You see, I used to teach only 4 cases earlier. Then I shifted for 5 after learning so many things and reading so many books. And one day, when I had been to Aiginabailu to teach the 10th standard students during previous summer holidays, one student brought a book, a very old book, Kannada English book, of English grammar book, and he showed me, sir, for other cases also English equivalent is there. He should be praised now. ಅವನನ್ನು ಹೊಗಳಬೇಕು ಇವತ್ತು. ಅವನು ನನಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಪಾಠವನ್ನು. He has passed 10th standard, I think so, this year, and joined for some PUC this year. ಇದೇ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅವನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಐಗಿನಬೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿತ್ತೂರು ಚೆನ್ನಮ್ಮ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, 8th 9th 10th ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅವನು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 50 ದಿವಸ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಅವನು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟ 3 ಆ 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪಾಠಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ 3 equivalents of English cases. So many books I referred, even Google I referred. I couldn't get the equivalents of those. But whereas one small English book of his grandfather, he brought it one day to the school and showed it to me, the other 3 equivalents of these cases. then I started teaching these things. Therefore, we are learning so many things from you students also. ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡವನು, ನನಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಹಂಚಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಬರೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಬರೋದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್, ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ. ಈವನ್ ಎ ಬಾಯ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಣ್ಣ ಹುಡುಗ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಯುವರ್ sisters and brothers, elder sisters and brothers, who are now in 10th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard. They have taught me so many things, and so many observations, objections they raised, clarifications they sought, and enhanced my knowledge in this way. Somebody asked yesterday over phone, sir, how you are gaining all this knowledge? Only by studying and always reading, understanding the things, and go for knowledge, in search of knowledge. We have to go. It will not come. We have to go. That's very essential. Unless you got knowledge, you cannot teach all these things. Teacher has got special qualification. That is very important. Teacher is always, a God, second God. Okay. Instrumental case, you see, ಅವನು ಸ್ಪೂನಿಂದ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಆಹಾರ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವನು ಅವನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಸ್ಪೂನಿಂದ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸ್ಪೂನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವನು ಛತ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಛತ್ರಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೋ ಇದು ಲೊಕೇಟಿವ್, ಇದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟಲ್. ಅವಳು ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು? ವೀಣೆಯನ್ನು. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ violin. This violin is called instrumental. ಅವಳು ಪಿಟೀಲಿನಿಂದ ಹಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಪಿಟೀಲನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಹಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಈ ಕೇಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದೇ ಕೇಮ್ ಟುಡೇ ಬೈ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬಸ್. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋರು. That morning bus is instrumental. They have gone to Singapore by plane, by aeroplane. ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋದರು ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಲೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರು. ಬೈ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಡೋಣ, ಈಗಿನ ಶಬ್ದ ಅದು ಫ್ಲೈಟ್. ಬೈ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್. This flight is called instrumental. If you use an instrumental in doing any work, it is called as instrumental work. Next, last one is ablative case. Ablative case. What is ablative case? This is very important. Ablative case. ದೆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಏನು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ ದೆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಇವನು ಹಾಳಾಗೋದ. ದಟ್ ದೆಸೆಯಿಂದ is called as ablative case. Panchami vibhakti pratyaya. That is very important. What is ablative? Because of him, he spoiled his career, I say. Because of him and because of his friend circle, he spoiled his career. Because of his friend circle. ಕೆಟ್ಟವರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು? ಇದು ಪೊಸೆಸಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್. ಸರ್ಕಲ್. He spoiled his career. Because of his friend circle, because of his another, this is called ablative case. Ablative. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಸದು. ಹಳೆ ಹುಡುಗರು ಪಾಠ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನ. These are all very new to me also and to you also. ನಿಮಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಅವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಸರ್ವೈವ್. ನಾನು ಬದುಕಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಸರ್ವೈವ್. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಿಮ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟಲ್. ಯಾವುದು? ಆಬ್ಲೇಟಿವ್. ಅವನಿಂದ ಹೀಗಾದೆ, ಇವನ್ ದೆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಹಾಳಾದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಮ್, ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಿಮ್, You get rid of those persons. All these things are ablative case. I think you understand all the things. Once again I repeat, noun case, the last lesson in noun, and the next lesson is pronoun I will take. And I think, I hope you are writing copy writing and you are taking notes properly. I am sending notes, printed notes, and I am sending homework, and you are doing homework, I think so. All the homeworks are very important. Unless you do the homework, you cannot survive on English and you cannot learn English properly. I am telling you, I am warning you. Mind it, I am warning you again. Okay. You see, there are 8 cases in Kannada. Vibhakti, Pratyam, Pratama Vibhakti, Ditya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti Vibhakti, Saptami Vibhakti, Ashtami Vibhakti, Ashtami Vibhakti, Allah, Sambodhana Vibhakti. Saptami Vibhakti, Sambodhana Vibhakti. Then Pratama Vibhakti, Wo, Ditya Vibhakti, Anno, Tritiya Vibhakti, Inda, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Yaudu, Ge. ಪಂಚಮಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ದೆಸೆಯಿಂದ, ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಆ, ಸಪ್ತಮಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಂಬೋಧನಾ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಆ ಅಥವಾ ಈ. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಾಮಿನೇಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಅಕ್ಯೂಸೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಡೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಅಬ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್, possessive or genitive case, locative case, and vocative case. Any noun that stands as subject of the verb is said to be in nominative or subjective case. Any noun that stands as object of the verb is said to be in objective case. Any noun that uses an instrument, it may be an aeroplane, a bus, or violin, or some such thing, it is called as instrumental noun. Any noun which is having any sentence which is having 2 objects, one of which is a direct object and another one is an indirect object, is said to be dative case. And ablative case, any noun which causes some good things or bad things to a person is called as ablative case. Any noun for which the person is the owner or proprietor of the things is called as possessive case. Any noun which shows a location, the Taj Mahal is at Agra. Agra is the locative location, is called locative case. Vocative case, asking a person who is a distant place from us and calling him and asking to work something is called as vocative case. There is no relation between called person and the work that has been entrusted to him. Thank you very much. Next lesson is pronoun I will take. If you can't understand, you read the notes again and again, watch the video again and again, and understand the thing. Thank you very much.